for those powerful words.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that, CNN News 18 Indian of the Year 2025, the award ceremony officially begins. And we begin with our first category this evening that defines India's growth engine. And we are talking about business. Visionaries who have built global enterprises, transformed markets, and shaped new India.
From tech titans to industry pioneers, these leaders have made 2024 to 25 a landmark year. Let's have a quick look at the nominees.
And the nominees are... He has steered Mahindra's bold transformation from legacy to electric, driving innovation, global growth and sustainability. Rajesh Jejurikar. She became chairperson of HCL Tech in 2020, crowned India's richest woman in 2025, and drives the growth of $13.3 billion IT services leader, Roshni Nadar Malhotra. Moving aggressively in defense tech, Bharat Forge is credited with many milestones in India's defense exports. At the helm is Baba Kalyani, a former banker who at 50 disrupted India's beauty and lifestyle retail sector with Nykaa, building an empire worth 40,000 crores. Falguni Nair. From rebranding Grofers into a leading quick commerce platform Blinkit to capturing 45% market share, Albinder Dhindsa.
Ladies and gentlemen, may we please invite on stage CNN News 18's Rahul Shivshankar, along with our special guests and jury members, Mr. Amitabh Kant, former G20 Sherpa of India, and Justice Indu Malhotra, retired Judge, Supreme Court of India.
So the winner of the award for business in 2025 is Mr. Baba Kalyani. So Mr. Baba Kalyani has made India proud with his unique contribution to defense technology and particularly Bharat 150, where the multi-payload drones have been contributed by this extraordinary person, and our heartiest felicitations to him on this occasion.
So let me ask a few questions of Mr. Kalyani. Thank you very much for being here first, and this... Oh, the mic is not on. Okay, there we go. Something has to go wrong, isn't it? It's all live. Let me use that. Can you hear me? Okay, wonderful. We all have a voice. Mr. Kalyani, I read somewhere that you said you want to be 30 years again. What would you do with all that time that you already haven't done?
Well, Rahul, first of all, I'd like to thank CNN News 18 for this award, the jury, and Amitabh. I want to say there are 3 turning points in my life. First turning point was when I went to a military school when I was 7 years old, in a boarding school called the King George School in Belgaum. Before that, we lived in a little village, and my grandmothers took care of me. They taught me what is courage, what is persistence, what you need to do by telling me stories of the old Indian kings like Shivaji and others. And then, of course, in the business life, I had a lot of guidance from people in Pune like Shantanu Rao Kirloskar, my very good friend, late Rahul Bajaj, who is not there anymore. He treated me like his younger brother. But the biggest change came in 2014. December 2014, we had a Make in India conference in Udyog Bhavan. Amitabh was then the DPIIT secretary. The Prime Minister had put an agenda that you got to make in India for the world. A few years later came the whole Atmanirbhar Bharat story. And that was a time when Indian private sector was allowed to get into defense. 10 years later, 2024, we were exporting artillery guns to Europe. What we were importing for the last 50, 60 years, and I think the award should really go to Amitabh for being the architect of this transformation. So that's all I want to dedicate this award to my grandmothers who are not here anymore. Because, sorry, I have got many awards in life from many different countries. But this means a lot. Thank you.
Beautiful words.
So Rahul, if the best example of Make in India is Baba Kalyani. There can't be a finer example. He created the world's best forging company from India. He's the best manufacturer around the world from India, and he'll make the best defense manufacturing company from India and export to the rest of the world. So he's the best example and the greatest example of Make in India.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
And I think the selection of the candidate was unanimous by the jury with respect to Mr. Baba Kalyani.
Wow. That says a lot, doesn't it? Such a competitive field, sir, and you're out there leading the pack. Thank you so much for your service. But I have to ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
I know that we're going to ask Madam Kalyani to come up, but I'm just going to ask you this one question. Was reading some days back where the chiefs of the military were saying that sometimes they find that there's an expectation delivery gap. What do you think of that statement that was made, and where do you think we can basically close the gap?
You know, I was at the Clause Convention yesterday, which was part of the Jaipur dialogues with the Indian Army. And we are everybody from the Army Chief to all the Vice Chief, Deputy Chief, all the generals of the Indian Army. And this topic came up, the whole process of why there are delays. The delay is not in the manufacturing sector with the private sector. The delays are in the acquisition process. I can tell you our story of the artillery gun. It took 7 years from the gun that I produced first to getting an order. Before that, I exported the same gun to Europe. And that's the story. So I think we need to transform our processes. We need to make them shorter. We don't have much time. 2047, we have a target to reach, $30 trillion. And that's just 22 years away. If we don't speed it up, if we don't do it at hyperscale, we are not going to make it. So I think the real issue here is process. We are too much process-driven, and we are not a product-driven nation. We need to become a product-driven nation. We need to become manufacturing. We need to make products.
Wonderful. I just hope that those words reach those that are meant to hear them. Thank you very much, Mr. Kalyani, but let's have... Yes, of course.
My son and my daughter-in-law here on the stage. Amit, can you just join?
What a moment for all of you. How proud you must all be. Yes, oh well.
This is to my wife, who's been my support for 53 years, through thick and thin, and for my son and my daughter-in-law. Thank you.
Out there, please.